welcome to class. And in this class, we're going to talk about the influences of this moon, November full moon, and three aspects of ourself: in the physical body, in the mental body, and in the emotional body. And how this very much is in alignment with our evolution, not only as an individual, but as a humanity. This full moon have beautiful, beautiful opportunities of alignment between our reason and our guts, and giving a chance for the heart to come forward. All our reasoning that we have put aside as a form of judgment, as a form of lower negative understanding of ourselves, of not accepting parts of ourselves, come forward and say, have you forgive me? Have you see that what you have done, say, to you or to others, or you to others, is part of your experiences that are designed to learn. So it's a big aspect of forgiving that we are thinking. Forgiving that we're thinking most of the time not in alignment with the pure thinking, but the man-made thinking, the conditioning thinking. Because with that conditioning thinking, we feel oppressed, we feel constricted, we feel tense, we feel the ambivalence. Am I right? Am I thinking right? Am I doing right? I am doing or thinking or knowing what I need. So any man-made thinking coming from conditioning make you tense, and it's a deep denial of your own pure thinking, pure reasoning, pure logic, that it gives you the ability to see your reality in a very factual way, not inventing anything. Things are as they are. That is the right logic, the right thinking. On the other hand, is the intuition, it's the feminine aspect that we also, most of the time, denied. We don't give ourselves permission to experience our own anger, our own sadness, our collective sadness, our most innate desires to be sharing our attributes, our passions. So again, in that denial, all those stuck feelings in the guts, in the cells, have the opportunity in this moon to come a little bit forward. So you're able to see them. So you have, at the level of the physical body, which I'll tell you in a second, you have all these sensations. At the level of the mind, you may feel so overwhelmed with so different projects and thoughts and opportunities, etc. So for the mind, it's important that you focus on one thing. Just focus on one thing. Don't go think in anything. Just this or that or that. Is just narrow and simplify it for the next 2 weeks or so, where you are wanting to be simply living, simply in yourself, simply observing yourself with no any judgment, with no any expectation of how your life should be. Rest a little bit so you can witness with no mind who you really are. So the mind have that passage, and it's not only the passage of the thought, but it's also the mind is very much attached to your emotions. Every thought that you have an attached emotion, an attached sensation in the body. So these two can form a body of mind that you need to distinguish. Is this real, or I'm inventing all this kind of shoots and expectations? That's why you need to be simple in mind. Regarding the emotions, the avalanche of that Gemini, either or, reason and intuition, it only comes with practice. You need a meditation practice. And I have left in the playlist of practices one practice for you, so you're able to, in 20 minutes every day for 2 weeks, you're able to be with yourself and retrain yourself to be in the center rather than in the exterior appearances of your creation. And then it comes a beautiful opportunity because it have also Mars in it. So it's something that is forcing you to see it. It's something that is come with full will and say, you have to feel me. You have to acknowledge me. You have to pay attention to me, right? It's the warrior, the fire part that gets that in a place where you cannot deny, you cannot put it aside. And also, to add to the picture of this chemistry of the moon, of the cycle of humanity, it comes Taurus, that also is putting his voice and say, be practical. Check your money, check your care for your goods, for the material things. Don't be stubborn and flowing to a new perspective about yourself, a new perspective about reasoning or feeling. Because when these two are stuck in our own ways, oh, I should feel this because that's how I was taught, or it should be thinking this so I can gain popularity or safety or acknowledgement, that them is not, is forceful, and that forceful, sooner or later, life pays by not feeling so vital. So Taurus, the strength of Taurus, need to be also understood in this equation. So don't put the influences as something outside of you. Put the influences that are, you have the universe within. And in this moment, it's stimulating this polarity to be into a place of oneness. It's stimulating it in a forceful way. And it can be conflicting. It could be so much you cannot stand to be on your own skin. So it means act on it, acknowledge it, calm down, pay attention. And then, in a practical way, not something that you have imagined of how your life should be. Just stop and see what is around. What is around really? And deal with it. With joy, with enthusiasm, with tenacity, conviction, and calmness. So this is more or less the challenges for the next 3 weeks or so. Meanwhile, your awareness, take note of how you are integrating this. And what are the little things or big things that you're ready to let go. Respect that as well. It's not like, okay, now I am going to solve all my issues. No, the moon and the cycles of life are very generous. They just give the exact amount that your biology is able to respond to it and do it very gradually, depending on your choice, abilities, and disponibility. Can you say that in English? Yeah, disponibility or willingness. Or willingness is another word. I want to finish by inviting you also to our ceremony that we do monthly, the moon ceremony. I'll leave a link below so you can join us online. It's a beautiful way of sharing in group and putting our minds together as one. I thank you very much, and I'll see you in our next class. Namaste.